right now on the National Weather Desk. Extreme and dangerous heat is coming to dozens of states, and it will stick around for days.
Factor in that humidity, everyone feels like 100 or more.
We have some tips to help you keep your home cool without breaking the bank.
Close those curtains, close those blinds, keep that sunlight out.
2 young children are among the victims of a deadly storm in upstate New York.
Took hours to cut the tree away to get her out.
A lightning-sparked wildfire is burning out of control in Utah.
And I still don't know how they saved this subdivision over here.
Plus, a lightning strike under blue skies, strawberry picking season in Wisconsin, and the latest installment in a segment we call Social Meteorology.
From our nation's capital, this is the National Weather Desk.
Well, good morning and welcome to the National Weather Desk. I'm meteorologist Eileen Whalen. Well, more than 170 million Americans are under heat alerts today as the hottest air of the year blankets the eastern half of the country. Now, people living from the Great Lakes to New England, along the East Coast and into the Deep South will all see temperatures soar well into the 90s with record-breaking triple digits expected in many major cities. It's also going to be very humid with dew points possibly breaking monthly records as well. And the heat will be with us for most of the week. Meteorologist Jordan Evans begins our coverage.
The heat is on across the eastern half of the nation with the first heat wave of the summer taking place. The high-pressure heat dome pattern has set up right over the Ohio Valley, which means heat alerts all up and down the Mississippi River to the Great Lakes and the Northeast as well. The extreme heat warning includes the entire I-95 corridor from Richmond up to Boston. Heat advisories for Chicago, closer to St. Louis, and much of Ohio, even Michigan as well. Here's a few select cities forecast high temperatures, the century mark from Richmond to D.C., 95 in New York City, and close to that, Chicago, 98 degrees, and Columbus, Ohio, 96. Factor in that humidity. Here's what it will feel like. Everyone feels like 100 or more, except for New York at 96 and Boston just a little cooler there. Maybe some afternoon storms try to move in. All in all, dangerous heat setting in. It can turn deadly, as heat is the #1 weather-related killer each year in the United States. From the National Weather Desk, I'm meteorologist Jordan Evans.
Now, you're going to hear a lot of people talking about this big heat dome that's overspreading, part of the country. So what exactly does that mean? Basically, we've got this big ridge of high pressure aloft, and high pressure causes sinking air. And as the air sinks, it compresses and warms. And then we basically kind of see this cumulative effect. We just have less clouds, more sun, and the heat just really builds.
And all that heat means that your air conditioning will likely be working overtime this week. Tom Rousey has tips on how to keep your home cool without the massive energy bill.
The coming days are only going to get hotter, and this will be a common sound. As temperatures soar, many who have air conditioning will want to stay cool, but also will not want a massive electric bill.
It's a balancing act of being comfortable and not having it run continuously throughout the day.
7 News on Your Side asked Pepco spokesperson Chuck McDade for advice on saving energy and money. He recommends for 8 hours a day, raising your thermostat about 8 degrees higher than your normal setting.
So if that normal temp 70, it would be 78.
McDade says when you're out and about and not home is a good time to do that. You can also prepare your home before the possible triple-digit temperatures come.
Check your windows. If there's a draft and you feel that warm air coming in, go get some weather stripping or some caulking to stop that air from coming in.
Also, when the sun is hitting your windows,
close those curtains, close those blinds, keep that sunlight out.
And in really hot weather, blackout covers or curtains can be especially helpful for saving energy.
Well, turning now to the National Weather Service, and they have confirmed a tornado touched down early Sunday morning just outside of Syracuse, New York. 3 people, including 2 young children, were killed. Rachel Culver spoke to local residents as they started the cleanup and recovery process.
Damage and destruction everywhere you look in Kirkland and Clark Mills. In the thick of the heat and humidity, neighbors are clearing trees, cleaning up yards, and trying to process what happened. While the potential of severe storms was forecasted, the reality of it, nothing short of shocking for neighbors.
I heard the wind and the rain. It was quite loud. So I got up and I walked to the front of the home to get my phone, And then I heard this crash, and you could see what happened.
But George says he was lucky. Just a few doors down, 50-year-old Shelley Johnson was killed when a tree collapsed on her home.
There was tons of sheriff, ambulances, fire trucks from all cities. They tried so hard to get her out, but from what I understand, she was pinned in her bedroom, in the bed. Took hours to cut the tree away to get her out, and they pronounced her dead. And such nice people.
In the storm's wake, hundreds across the community rolled up their sleeves. Strangers and neighbors helping side by side, many praying for the lives lost in an instant.
The children down the street, 2 6-year-old girls, twins. Awful. Don't want to think about it. I got grandkids that age. The Lord was with me because, like I said, I wasn't in the bedroom, because if I was and that went through it, I'd have been dead.
Well, at least 3 people died when a tornado struck a rural town in North Dakota Friday night. The storm produced wind gusts of 106 miles per hour, along with a few other twisters. A regional airport was also heavily damaged. Now, the Dakotas are not expecting more severe weather today, but there is a threat in parts of the Great Lakes and Plains. Now, the greatest risk stretches from Omaha, Nebraska to northern Michigan, and the Storm Prediction Center says severe wind gusts and hail are possible in these areas today. Meantime, the National Hurricane Center is monitoring the first disturbance of the Atlantic season. It has a 70% chance of forming into a named storm over the next week, but it's in the middle of the ocean and not a threat to land. Well, in southwestern Utah, crews are working to contain a wildfire that lightning sparked last week. The force of the fire has grown to nearly 6,000 acres, destroying more than a dozen homes in a small town west of Zion National Park. Now, as of this morning, the fire is 0% contained. David Ochoa is there with more.
The governor said he's amazed about how firefighters have been able to keep this fire from getting even worse. He pointed out a particular subdivision that they were able to save, saying it made no sense to him how they did it, especially with the windy and dry conditions they've been dealing with over the last 4 days. But he made a point that forest treatments from a previous fire here have played a big part in fighting this fire.
We need more logging, we need more grazing. It's not destroying the forests at all. It's making the forest healthier, and it's just stopping these catastrophic fires.
The governor said Utah needs help from their federal partners in situations like these. The incident management was handed over to the feds today, and he said it went well and they've already been working seamlessly together on this fire. But along with all that, the governor says he believes in a little divine intervention as well. Reporting from Pine Valley, I'm David Ochoa.
Well, fun in the sun last week nearly turned into tragedy when a man was struck by lightning. As Haley Cromwell-Holm reports, the strike was a surprise because the sky was blue at the time.
A 29-year-old man from Colorado was struck by lightning around 12:30 Friday afternoon, and they say he wasn't far from shore at all. He was only in about ankle-deep water.
Bystanders rushed to his aid, pulled him up to water's edge. There was someone on scene that initiated CPR while the lifeguard nearby was over 300 feet away, was notified.
The man was taken to the hospital in critical condition. The lightning caught a number of people we talked to on the beach by surprise.
It was clear blue sky, and the storm was like miles away from us.
You can see on West 2's first warning radar, the lightning strike at the beach was about 4 miles away from the actual storm. Volusia County Beach Safety said this strike is what they call a blue sky lightning strike.
The National Weather Service states that strikes can happen up to 20 miles outside. I mean, that's very far outside the leading edge of a storm.
Well, we want to share a couple of pictures and videos that our team of meteorologists posted on their social media accounts. So we start with this isolated thunderstorm over South Alabama last night, posted by James Spann in Birmingham. Wow. Now to this, Portland, Maine meteorologist Emily Santom shared this gorgeous sunrise over Portland's harbor, and you can see there's plenty of early morning activity on the water, including the ferry heading to nearby Peaks Island. And coming up on the National Weather Desk, it's strawberry season in the Midwest. We'll check in on this year's crop. And have you ever heard of wet bulb global temperature? Well, we'll tell you what it is and why it's important to know.
I'm meteorologist Ryan Munn. Let's get a look at the Northeast through the day on Monday. Yes, the heat is building. We are talking very hot temperatures across the region throughout the Northeast. We are going to see mainly sunny skies, but look at some of these numbers. We are talking 90s to near 100. And then as we head into the day on Tuesday, temperatures will surpass that 100-degree mark for the day. Tuesday could be maybe a scattered shower or thunderstorm in some spots, but overall, the heat is the story. We are talking highs today running in the 80s and 90s.
I'm meteorologist Jasmine Lomax with a look at the Mid-Atlantic region. We're getting ready for a very steamy start to the work week. The day will be nice and dry. There will be plenty of sunshine across much of the region. It's just going to be a very hot day. We'll keep that dry pattern into Tuesday, but expect soaring temperatures. Highs this afternoon will reach the 70s, 80s, 90s, and even the 100s. It'll feel hotter than those numbers. Then overnight, temperatures drop to the 70s and 80s.
I'm meteorologist Vitas Readers. A look at your southeast forecast highs. It's going to be a hot one across the southeast. 96 degrees in Nashville. Atlanta, 94 degrees, 91 in Mobile. Look at Raleigh at 101. This is not even talking about the heat index. We're looking at Charleston, 93 degrees, 93 in Tampa, 90 in West Palm. So remember to be cautious in that heat out there. Drink plenty of water, stay hydrated, and try to find some AC if you're working outdoors. Looking at a few spotty pop-up showers and thunderstorms over parts of the southeast.
You are watching the National Weather Desk.
Well, getting out and picking fresh fruit is a common summer activity. In Wisconsin, the season for strawberries is just getting started, and Eric Peterson went to a local You Pick farm to find out how the berries are looking.
The rush is on. People scurry into the 28 acres of strawberry fields at Glendale Farms near Clintonville. Amanda Lenoble is here with her children.
We came last year and we had a good time, and I had off today, and the kids can do whatever schedule I say, so we came out to the farm to check it out on the first day of picking.
Well, first day. I'm always out here on the first day of picking. Yes.
Why?
Because it's good picking. As you can see, I got a box already.
A few rows over, Ben Nemitz says he's picking quickly.
We're just trying to get the early strawberries before everybody else gets them.
How do they look so far?
Pretty good. They're getting there. They're still a little early, but there's plenty of ripe ones.
Normally we would have been in it a few days back. Normally it's mid-June. This year they're late.
Glendale Farms owner Steve Kluth says this season's weather has been unpredictable.
2 weeks ago it's frost protecting, and then it was really wet out here, and then now yesterday actually you had to irrigate because we're starting to get a little bit dry, and then it said we're starting to get off a lot of heat here, which is really hard on the berries too.
Kluth says he expects to be busy. Meanwhile, Amanda Lenoble continues to pick and sample too.
Absolutely. The kids have been tasting all morning. It's hard to keep them not eating them, so they said they're delicious. I haven't tried myself yet.
Well, in Alaska, it's not strawberry season, but it is bear season, and residents are concerned about what that means for backyard chickens. Lauren Maxwell has video of exactly what the bears have been up to.
It happened at 5:30 in the morning earlier this week. An unwelcome visitor turned up at a hillside home. The sow with 2 cubs was clearly after chickens and didn't hesitate to use force. This time, there was no easy meal, but Fish and Game says the bears have had success before.
Get out of here. Yeah, we've gotten a handful of reports. We've also gotten plenty of just sightings of them moving back and forth.
They've also heard from numerous homeowners who are worried.
It was so frightening. I did not sleep that night.
Lyndon Grothry says the same bear and cubs came to her hillside home 2 weeks ago and went straight for the coop.
I don't think it really got in that way. It went more in this way.
So it ripped this down and then it was able to enter down
through here, yeah.
The bears got 6 chickens before they were scared away, but they came back later that night. Grothy believes the bears are a danger to the neighborhood and something should be done.
Like, I imagine what they need to do is just come shoot that bear.
Fish and Game isn't saying what will happen to the bears, but point out they haven't been aggressive and are doing what comes naturally.
People come out, they see him, they yell.
Get out of here! Get out of here!
She grabs her yearlings and she takes off. So there's no indication that she's aggressive towards people. She's not following people. She's not charging people. She's specifically looking for easy attractants.
Their message, don't make it easy for bears. Use electric fences and stronger coops. It's up to people to keep their chickens safe.
Well, one way to measure how hot it feels is called the wet bulb global temperature. Meteorologist Chad Sandwell explains what it is.
The National Weather Service has been doing over the last couple of years, they've been developing a new scale. It's called the wet bulb global temperature. Heat index actually measures heat and humidity in the shade, but the wet bulb global temperature factors all these measurements in the sunshine, and it also factors in wind, cloud cover, and sun angle. So for today, let's say your temperature today is going to max out at 96 degrees. You have wind speeds averaging out to about 14 miles an hour and cloud cover around 30%. That's still going to give you a heat index on the old scale of about 110, but the wet bulb global temperature is down to 87. So what does that mean? The scale on the wet bulb global temperature runs anywhere from 80 to greater than 90. 87 on the global temperature will give you an impact of when you're working or exercising in direct sunlight, your body is going to start feeling the effects after 30 minutes. So that means you need to take at least 30 minutes of breaks every hour that you're working or exercising in the sunlight. So again, this is something that will kind of maybe give you a better understanding of how the heat and humidity and sunlight all have an impact on you as you get outside and enjoy the summertime.
Well, now time for a segment that we call Social Meteorology, where we show you a sample of what our team of meteorologists are posting on social media. And today we begin with meteorologist Taylor Canos's Instagram post about why the Atlantic hurricane season is off to a slow start.
This year's Atlantic hurricane season is off to a quiet start. Dust from the Sahara Desert, strong upper-level winds, and cool sea surface temperatures compared to this time last year are a few contributing factors to why it's been so quiet. Most early season storms form when cold fronts that originate in the United States stall out over the Gulf or near the southeast U.S. coast. However, those fronts in recent weeks have stalled out farther north over the United States, preventing activity from forming farther south. Each of the past 10 Atlantic hurricane seasons has had at least one named storm by June 19th, but that won't be the case this year. Meanwhile, the Eastern Pacific has been off to a raucous start with 3 tropical storms and 2 hurricanes in the past 3 weeks alone.
Temperatures are heating up, and here's your friendly reminder to check the sidewalk before you start that walk. All you need is 7 seconds. If it's too hot to leave your hand on the sidewalk for 7 seconds, then it's too hot for them, and you need to walk your pup in the grass, if they allow. This can be hard sometimes, but with persistence, they will adjust. This is especially important for puppy paws, by the way. When temperatures get above 85 degrees, and for many of us that's happening right now, the concrete is over 120. At 90 degrees, asphalt is at 140. Yikes. Finding shaded areas can make a huge difference on those temperatures too. And if you suspect that your pup's paws are hurt, run cool water over their paws for 10 to 15 minutes and then cover to help heal. If pain persists, then make sure and seek out your veterinarian. Here's to having a great summer. I'm meteorologist Tara Blake.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Vitas Reed at Half Moon Bay, just south of San Francisco. The question is, why is it so cloudy here? You think sunny California? Well, there's a reason why, and I think I have the answer.
Northern California often experiences stratus clouds, low-lying sheet-like clouds that form over the Pacific Ocean and can be carried inland by the wind. These marine layer clouds can cause fog, especially during the morning, with the sea breeze helping to lift them later in the day. These are low-altitude stratus clouds that form over the Pacific Ocean and can spread inland, often causing fog and mist. The marine layer clouds, along with the Pacific Ocean's moisture, contribute to the frequent occurrences of fog in Northern California, particularly along the coast. The sea breeze helps to lift the marine layer clouds during the afternoon, leading to clearer skies inland, where you'll see more sunshine and actually warmer temperatures when you are around central portions of Northern California.
Well, to see more of our content from our team of meteorologists, be sure to follow us on social media. Just search the National Weather Desk.
Well, a very good Monday morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Andrew Buckmichael. Got a few showers and storms trying to pop up across the Central Plains for the day today with the front. You can definitely see that discrete line there kind of working its way to the south and east. So it's going to be cooler across the northern plains. Some 70s for high temperatures, but 90s for most of the Ohio Valley and anywhere to the south and east. As we continue into the day tomorrow, we continue to see some of that rain popping up across the plains.
Good Monday morning. I'm meteorologist Joe DiCarlo. Look to forecast across the region, and it will be seasonally hot with a few isolated showers possible across the area, especially closer to the coast through your day today. Highs in the 80s and low to mid 90s for most. And then we'll continue with an isolated rain chance across parts of the region as we head into Tuesday as well. But no severe weather expected, and temperatures right where they should be for late June.
Hi there, everybody, and a good Monday morning, too. I'm meteorologist Shannon O'Donnell. Summer sun back in business for the I-5 corridor. Look at Portland, head back to 81, the Emerald City to 77. It was a damp start around Puget Sound for the solstice, so nice to see that blue sky bouncing back. It's definitely back in Phoenix at 103, 77 today in Salt Lake City. Unfortunately, more red flag warnings for higher fire danger around the Four Corners region this afternoon. And that's the scene from here.
You are watching the National Weather Desk.
Well, as we mentioned, portions of the country are dealing with a major heat wave, and that can bring some real dangers. Meteorologist Eric Castriva explains.
Heat dangers, they're always going to be a risk when we talk about heat waves and these domes of heat that build into the area. Heat exhaustion, heat stroke, they're both going to be something that you need to keep an eye out on, not only for yourself, but also those around you, especially the young and the elderly who are a little bit more susceptible to the heat. With heat exhaustion, you'll want to be looking out for the signs such as being faint, dizzy, excessive sweating, cool, clammy skin, rapid, weak pulse, and also muscle cramps. And if you see those signs in yourself or somebody else, you want to get into that cool air-conditioned place, drink plenty of water, or take a cool shower, things that can help cool your body down a little bit more than what your body is able to do on its own. Then we get into heat stroke, throbbing headache, no sweating, red, dry skin, rapid, strong pulse, and may even be unconscious. That's where you need to call 911.
Well, as we head to break, we leave you with these views of Seattle, Washington.